Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today I'm here at Mercedes Benz of Shreveport, and I don't know if you can hear it outside or not, but today is kind of a monumental day. I've never been able to shoot a video in the midst of a heavy downpour, but that is definitely what we're having today here in Northwest Louisiana. But thanks to my friends here at the dealership, I'm here in the photo booth and I'm able to shoot the video with it raining anyway. Not a big deal. And today is a rather exciting video because I have to admit, I'm a bit of an AMG fanatic, maybe a little bit more than a bit. This is the 2020 AMG GLC 63 SUV. And it features a black exterior color that brings out the elegance that's not only on the exterior, but also the interior, with the red pepper and black Napa leather interior that just sets this vehicle off in the most amazing way. That contrast of red and black is just stunning, and it speaks volumes of the balance of what this SUV actually is. It's elegant, it's comfortable, luxurious, and most importantly of all, at least in my opinion, it has spectacular performance. To describe the GLC 63 as menacing, powerful, and sporty as far as its overall appearance goes is definitely not an understatement. In fact, all of those things and more describe what this SUV looks like, and not necessarily in that order, but they all fit. It has the classic AMG look. It has the classic Mercedes grille. You have the LED daytime running lights and the LED headlights, in addition to the fact that the Mercedes Benz logo here on the grille also lights up, giving a very nice appearance. And now that we have the hood open, let's talk about the heart and soul of what motivates the GLC 63. It's a 4-liter V8 bi-turbo, putting out 469 horsepower and 479 foot-pounds of torque. It's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and the 0 to 60 is very impressive for any SUV at 3.8 seconds. There are some high-performance sports cars that can't even do that. That is impressive. Now, this could easily be anybody's daily driver. In fact, I would love for this to be my daily driver. It would be a lot of fun to walk out into my garage and see this sitting there. Who knows, maybe one day that will happen. But what about the gas mileage? Well, if you don't have a really heavy right foot, and you just kind of cruise around, according to what's on the label, the gas mileage is 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 out on the highway. I'm not sure that I could get too close to those numbers because I think I would have a little too much fun to achieve such a thing. One of the most obvious questions people are going to ask about the GLC 63 or any vehicle at this particular price point is about the safety features that come with the vehicle. And to avoid missing anything, I will list them all on the screen for you right now. Feel free to pause the video to look through those before continuing to watch. Hint, hint. So one thing that is obvious with the black exterior color on this model, it's going to get a lot of attention from people. Whether you're in the parking lot or driving down the road, people are going to just literally be magnetized to this stunning SUV. And so is the sunlight. So here is a very nice feature to help out on those really hot summer days. When you want to lower the windows down, you can do that with your remote. And here's all you're going to do. You're going to hold down the unlock button and watch what happens. And when I let go of the button, the windows stop lowering. So if you only want them to go down so far, that's what you do. And here's the cool thing. I'm going to finish lowering those the rest of the way, and that's not all that happens. You also have a panoramic sunroof that is going to open at the same time. It's opening right now, as you can see on your screen. You can leave the windows and the sunroof open all the way, or you can hold down the lock button and it's going to roll the windows back up and close the sunroof back up, just as you did with the unlock button to open everything up. So just a nice little feature there for your GLC 63. Like I said, especially on those days when the sun just falls in love with this black paint and won't let go. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this would make a great daily driver. And let's face the facts, one of the best characteristics you're going to find of a great daily driver has to do with cargo space. Well, the first thing you have to do is access your rear cargo space. And there, of course, are multiple ways to do that, whether it's using the remote or the button right here above the rear license plate. But what happens if you walk out of wherever you've been, the grocery store, the hardware store, whatever the case may be, and your hands are full? You have a hands-free option to open the rear lift gate, which makes things very convenient. And once you're here, let's talk about cargo space. With the rear seats in their upright position, it's 17.6 cubic feet. And with the seats folded down, which you can do that manually via the buttons here in the rear of the cargo area, it jumps up to 40.6 cubic feet. And if you want to tow a trailer with the GLC, you can tow up to 3,500 pounds. Now, you also have some space right here under the floor, and I do like the fact that there is the ability to not have to just hold this up. If you need to get into your cargo area under the floor, you have a little hook that you can actually mount up here on the top of the rear area, and it will hold that floor up out of your way. A very nice and convenient feature. And of course, you have a multitude of ways to close the rear lift gate, including a couple of buttons here, whether you just want to lower the rear lift gate or lock the doors at the same time. When it comes to rear seat space for your passengers, it's not exactly small back here. In fact, I like the fact that the doors are fairly wide. Some SUVs, the rear doors are a little more narrow and more challenging to get in and out of. Definitely not a problem here. And I have quite a bit of legroom. You sit straight up here and a decent amount of headspace. Of course, you have the nice panoramic sunroof to enjoy if you're a rear seat passenger. A reasonable amount of cargo space back here, or storage space, I should say. You've got the rear pockets on the seats and the door pockets as well. And you can pull the center armrest down. There are a couple of concealed cup holders there. You also have rear air conditioning vents here on the rear of the console. Now, you won't find USB ports back here, but you will find a 12-volt power outlet and another power outlet here on the left-hand side. When it comes to hopping into the interior of the GLC 63, you're going to definitely have a hard time missing the AMG illuminated door sills, whether it's the front or rear doors. You have one at each door. Just another one of those nice touches of elegance. Of course, you do have a fully illuminated interior, and I'll show you how to adjust the lighting with the MBUX system here in just a little while. But obviously you have everything you would expect here. It is nice and luxurious. The seats are comfortable, and of course you do have nice bolstering here on the front seats, so that when you're cruising around and driving spiritedly, even out on the track, and yes, this GLC 63 would be very much at home there, you're going to stay in place, and if you have a front seat passenger, so are they. You do have a power steering wheel, leather wrapped, very, very comfortable to say the least. And you do have the AMG high performance steering wheel here. I like that a lot. Just has that classic AMG look, the AMG logo down here on the bottom portion of the flat bottom steering wheel. And if you wonder what is the purpose of the flat bottom steering wheel, well, it makes it easier to get in and out, because if you have that rounded bottom, it's going to stick down a little bit further. So that's basically just the purpose of that. And of course, you have the steering wheel mounted controls. You've got cruise control, and you've got the ability to answer and hang up on phone calls and do all that kind of stuff here on the right hand side of the steering wheel. And you have the little pads here that are very much like the pad here in the middle the trackpad, and you can use each one on the left and right side for a corresponding screen, whether it's the dashboard or the MBUX screen above the air conditioning vents, and you can make several selections and changes there. You can change the appearance of the dashboard depending on what you want, among other things. Very convenient. And I must say, I like the fact that the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters here are nice and large. I've been in a lot of high performance vehicles where they are tiny. The paddle shifters are not near this size. So definitely kudos to Mercedes for that. And of course, you have cup holders here. You have, like I said, the trackpad here. One touch for going and making changes to the vehicle, whether you're changing the mode or the shock settings, or you're turning traction control off and on. You can also do the same thing here on the right hand side with the auto stop start feature, something I definitely like to turn off. And let me turn on that center screen so I can make sure I'm giving you the right information here. You can change the volume on the right hand side as well as mute the audio if you want to do so. And if you're looking for USB ports, just open the bomb bay doors here for your center console and you'll find USB ports inside and a decent amount of storage space as well. Of course, you do have dual zone climate control and all of the adjustments you would expect for that here just below your center air conditioning vents. You can also go through several different settings for your center screen with the touch of a button just beneath the settings for your air conditioning controls. So let me reposition you and we'll go through the MBUX system and show you what is available there. When it comes to the center screen, you have a few different options. You can use the pad on the steering wheel to navigate your way around. If you find something you want to select, you're just going to push down on that pad, or you can go home with the button to the left of the pad or go back as well. There's a button to the right for that. You also have the trackpad, but for those of you who may not be aware, here's some good news for you about the MBUX system. It's also a touch screen, and so you can easily use the touch screen as many of you have requested in the past on these Mercedes vehicles. But to help out with not getting in the way with my finger, I apologize that there have definitely been times when I've done that in the past. You can go in and make changes to your vehicle depending on what you want to do with the trackpad just as easily. And of course, you can change the way the vehicle drives, the way that it runs. There are multiple features available here. As you can see, you can even change the ambient lighting, which is a very nice feature. And we'll go up here and just do that through light. Let's see here. You can change, of course, the exterior lighting, the interior lighting, your daytime running lights. But let's select these interior lights here. We'll go to ambient lighting next, and you have a couple of different options here. You can select one of the options here on the right for your colors, or if you want to go to multicolor, of course, the screen here is going to allow you to just simply swipe your finger or just touch, depending on what you want to do, to change the selection of the colors. I have really been waiting for this, guys. Here we go on the test drive. Not a lot of crackles yet, but I promise I'm going to get you some before this test drive is over. But to say the least, driving this GLC is definitely a lot of fun and got everything in Sport Plus. Not going to go... In the last couple of videos I've done, we did start out in comfort and some of the other modes, but today we're just gonna enjoy Sport Plus. And so I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed so far, and I haven't really had a time to get into it too terribly hard yet, but we're gonna get down the road here and have a little bit of fun. But as would be expected, the handling is impeccable. For an SUV, this is just a vehicle that hugs the road in the most impressive of ways. So let's see here. I'm gonna downshift a little bit. we finish this test drive up, guys, I am going to change the camera angle so you can see my reaction when I can really get into this. So let's talk about just practical driving experiences here. Obviously, this is a nice SUV. It's really kind of the perfect combination of, like I've said before, performance, luxury, it's comfortable, and it's an SUV. So when you're in inclement weather, it's going to be nice. It's going to be enjoyable to drive because you don't have that low to the ground sports car issue to deal with when it comes to being behind vehicles and heavy downpours or anything like that. So I must say that is definitely a plus. You know, you've got the high performance, you've got the comfort, and you've got the added safety benefit of not being so low to the ground that when a vehicle is around you throwing a lot of water up off the road, that you're going to have a hard time seeing. So multiple benefits for sure. Oh my goodness, I think I'm in love. This is just so much fun. I can't even begin to exemplify how much fun I'm having driving this GLC. Let's see here. I'm gonna move over here just for a second. We got a car on the side of the road there, but I'm gonna tell you what, guys, this is just so much fun. And you know, you don't have to step on it all the time. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do that. It'll cost you a fortune in gas. And the gas mileage that I talked about earlier would definitely go right out the window. But I tell you what, just the sound and the downshift crackles. Let's see here. I hope you can hear that through my lapel microphone. But wow, this is just one of the most enjoyable test drives I think I've ever been on in any vehicle, no matter what it is. I was looking forward to this all day long. I'm getting a little sprinkles here, so I'm gonna have to be a little more careful here since we're gonna have a little wet pavement to deal with, but we can still enjoy the sounds of the GLC. But I'm gonna tell you what, my overall score here, I don't do Doug scores or Tom scores or anything like that, but I'll tell you what, I have to say that, oh my goodness, a 10 out of 10 would not be out of the question. Okay guys, I promised you I'd let you see this. Let's see what happens. Wow! I need a favor from all of you guys. I really want to own this GLC, and with all of your help, that could be possible. I'd have to have about 10 times the views I'm getting per month right now. I would love to become a customer of Mercedes Benz of Shreveport, and with all of your help, that could happen. But like I said, guys, I'm probably gonna need about 10 times the views of what I'm getting right now. But you know, I'm grateful we're moving forward. I don't want to sound unappreciative, but I'll tell you what, guys, this is so much fun driving this GLC. And the cornering is super impressive. I mean, just everything about this GLC is awesome. Okay guys, I've done enough talking in this video. I want you to talk now. Tell me in the comments section what you think about the 2020 Mercedes AMG GLC 63. What color would you want yours to be? What do you think about the features and the options based on everything I have shown you today? I always enjoy hearing from you guys. I really appreciate my friends here at Mercedes Benz of Shreveport because I've been able to film this video today. Otherwise, it never would have happened, at least not today, because of the weather that we talked about earlier. And of course, I appreciate each and every one of you who have been kind enough to take the time to watch today's video. I really appreciate your support of Vehicle Visionary, and I look forward to seeing all of you in my next video.